Hey guys, it's btaylortv and welcome back to my channel. And today I want to show you guys a couple of videos that are trending on TikTok right now after a TikToker named Slim Kim basically talked about her fear of being overweight and how she actually loved being skinny, and it's one of her favorite things about herself is how skinny she is. So I want to show you guys some videos and then I'm gonna give you my commentary at the end.
My favorite thing to be is skinny, and I fear you cannot say that out loud, but it is my favorite thing to be, and it is my favorite fear to not be. And this is just for me personally. This is all personal to me. But I just wanted to say it out loud because honestly, it's all I think about. It's all I think about. Okay.
Call me a hater, but Slim Kim's video about how she's so happy she's skinny did bother me. And I think it is weird. I also find it so interesting that she felt comfortable making this video after the election, because there is a correlation. What we're going to start to see is so many people clinging on to whatever perception of privilege that they have as a means of social advancement. But back to Slim Kim. She knows what she was trying to say. You know what she was trying to say. We all understand what she was trying to say. And I at least wish that y'all would be comfortable and stand on it and stop trying to make it seem like we're just taking it the wrong way. Because the reality is, she's only happy to be skinny and, thinks about being skinny all day is because she believes that there's some perception, some privilege that's attached to her skinniness. And whenever someone tries to use privilege as an example, with me at least, the question that I always ask is, where in your life can you show me the benefit of this privilege? What have you accomplished as a result of this privilege? Anyways, that's just how I feel. If you are happy that you're skinny and you feel, and that's all that you think about, and you get to have a better existence on earth with your skinniness, then I guess go for it. Enjoy.
Y'all are pissing me off so bad with this fat phobia shit. And this is coming from somebody who just posted their before and after, and I just lost a ton of weight. This is the smallest I've been in my life. But bitch, the narrative that being big is the worst thing in the world, please let it die. A lot of people say this and they don't mean it, but bitch, I mean it. I loved being big and bodacious, bitch. I never wanted to be too skinny. And I'm sorry if I can't say that, but the comments, bitch, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. I never wanted to be too skinny. I seen a comment that was like, being skinny, you can just wear what you want, then it looks so unique and creepy. I like a bitch who fill her clothes out. Bitties jumping, bitch, thighs clapping, yeah. When she walk, like, what are y'all talking about? I was raised by big, bodacious, bad bitches, and it never stopped a motherfucking thing. And that's not me saying in this society it doesn't stop shit. Yes, it stops shit. But to act like it's the worst thing in the world, please. Please.
As somebody who grew up fat and then got skinny and now I'm just mid-sized, I definitely understand the power of being skinny. Like, I can see how somebody would never ever want to be fat again, right? But one thing I've learned from being skinny and being mid-sized again is that when you really got a lethal face card, you don't need to be skinny. Skinny is for average looking hoes, right? If you just got a regular mug, then yeah, you need to be skinny. When you average looking, being skinny your only trump card, right? But when you got a killer mug, right? When that face card knock folks out, no matter what you got on, you don't need to be skinny. If you go into a store with nothing on, looking beat up bum, and people still staring at your face, like people are still mesmerized when you walk by, you don't need to be skinny. Being thin is just a single part of the beauty standard. But when you are truly beautiful, being skinny is just a plus, Just like, oh, people are like, oh, she got a nice body, but that face though? People wage wars over faces like that. You know what I mean? Truly beautiful people do not need to be real thin. They don't. They just don't. I'm not saying they could just be big as fuck, but they definitely don't have to be worried about being skinny. It can definitely be mid to slightly thicker. They can. The face card gonna trump the body card every time if it's like that. I'd rather be big with a killer mug than skinny with an average face. Any day. Any day. True beauty has nothing to do with physique, right? The weight standard for women changes throughout the ages. But that face card, beauty, the golden ratio, That don't go away. That's forever. People know true beauty when they see it, and it don't have nothing to do with size. Mind you, I used to be obsessed with being thin. Like, I get it. To an extent, I'm still kind of obsessed with making sure my body is right. But over the last 2 years, I was gaining weight, and I didn't even notice because my face card was still killing hoes. My face card was still carrying me through life. And because I was young, like when I was young, I was fat, and it just don't hit the same when you young. People don't understand true beauty in middle school and elementary school. But once you hit 18, everybody know what true beauty is. They know a beautiful mug when they see one. So I didn't even know I was gaining weight. My mug was just carrying me through life. I'm like, damn, I must really be thick, slim, thick, fine, ass, fat, voluptuous. Meanwhile, I'm pushing 215. A face card will carry you through life if you got it. If you got it, you just need to maintain. Like, you just need to maintain. You don't have to be the skinniest bitch alive. You don't need to have abs. You got the mug, you got it. Anything else, just icing on the cake. It just is. I wouldn't want to be fat again because there's still power in being slim, but I would never want to be skinny and average looking or skinny and ugly. I see my exes pop out with girls with, slim to nice bodies, but they don't got the mug though. They not touching me. I don't even care. If we both walk into a room, they gonna choose me. That's not even on no cocky shit, right? You know when you got that mug, right? Your reality, your life every day confirms it. You can't make up having the mug. Like, you can't pretend to have the mug, bro. You can make yourself skinny. You can dress nice, right? You can do all of that. You can do your makeup good. But ain't none of that ever gonna defeat a bitch with the mug, with the face, with the beauty. It's just never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. Oh yeah, being skinny is cool and being skinny is currency, especially for average looking people. But truly beautiful people, you know what your currency is.
When it comes to Slim Kim, y'all need to move around because Nicki Minaj made a whole song talking some fucking skinny in the club. Maybe in the world, skinny has been a beauty standard, but in the black community, you have never been able to be proud, skinny and proud. Like, that's not been a thing for a long time. A long, long time. We suffered through the BBL era and didn't say nothing. So if a skinny woman wants to love the fact look at me. I can't gain weight if I tried. I'm going to love my body how it is. If you don't have this kind of body, you can't be mad at me. I still could love how I look. Move around. Thanks. And me loving how I look has nothing to do with me disliking other people and how they look. I worry about myself. And if I want to love myself, if Slim Kim wants to love being skinny, that's her damn business. Do y'all say the same thing to big girls who's pushing loving being big? No. Shut the fuck up. If it really offends you, you probably want to be skinny. That would mean you should just go lose some weight, not be mad at her for loving her own body.
And this is why I'm so passionate about, like, weight loss haters and weight loss envy. You got people who are crashing out because Slim Kim said that her favorite thing to be is skinny. Projection. You're projecting. Anyone who's mad that she's choosing to be skinny is mad because you're not. And I said what I said. Why does it trigger you so much? Because if she would have said, my favorite thing to be is fat, y'all would have been okay with that. I promise you. I promise you I would have been okay with that. Or y'all would have been in the comments trying to be a save a hole like, oh, don't say that about yourself. Something's weird. Something's in the air.
The collective outcry on this app when Slim Kim came out and said what most fat people know that many skinny people think is just indicative that we are not mentally prepared for the shift of conservatism that is happening in this country. The rise in body fascism, the narrowing down of what is seen as beautiful or what is seen as an acceptable way to look has been happening for some time now. If I'm being real, it started with the deer versus doe eyes versus siren eyes versus dark feminine versus all of that. It's a pipeline. Do you have cat face or deer face turned into let's turn our faces to the side and analyze the slopes of our noses like fucking eugenicists? And I think that because we are so used to seeing the alt-right pipeline as marketed towards men, it's more difficult to recognize and understand when it's being marketed towards us in beauty spaces. It is not a coincidence that all of a sudden skinny people are coming out and declaring that they love being skinny. It is not a coincidence that brands that formerly claimed to care about diversity or whatever are rolling back on their darker skin tone. People are now openly saying the R slur on social media again like it's normal. All of a sudden it's become accepted to declare on this app that you don't care about Palestinian people and their genocide. As we scroll and consume and even participate in social media, we need to be engaging in critical thought. Media literacy is dead. Can we revive it, please?
All about to let a skinny ass agent of chaos that tried to sit there and play in another black woman's face when it came to the topical fucking discussion, right? Why do y'all keep letting that woman be an agent of chaos on this fucking app? Why do y'all keep letting that very, very obvious, I grew up in a PWI and I don't really have black friends, and when I finally did get black friends, I still have some deconstructing to do. That's the type of black girl vibes I get from her. You still lying about using lip filler and gaslighting, saying, oh, black women have full lips. There's full lips and then there's filler lips, and I'm still gonna stand on that. Allegedly, I think that bitch has fucking lip filler, and it looks fucking horrible. It looks fucking horrible because she has those lines right there, those lip flip lines, and I'm not gonna let her continue to play in people's faces. That bitch has fucking lip filler, and it looks bad. She's one of them, and we're gonna see a lot more of them. I think y'all need to understand what virtue signaling is. I think y'all need to understand what a dog whistle is. I think y'all need to recognize patterns of behavior, and it's hard to do that on this app because this app likes to sit in a world of what ifs and what about isms and not fucking reality. And we've been seeing that same clique of black TikTok, that same group of people, say some shit lately, and they've been really awful with their fucking takes, and it's a couple of them. And I told you I blocked the light bright crew, but I'm gonna make it the brown paper bag crew because we're gonna see people who benefit from these white supremacist views start leaning more into that now that we are going to be in a full-on fascist country, which it's always been fascist, but now that we're leaning like head on into it, you're going to see your faves that I've been telling you are fucking ops and have been switching up lately really lean into that. And what's so unfortunate about critiquing other black creators is there's the non-emotionally intelligent people, the people who don't understand nuance and context, that will just minimize it down to, you just want views, you just want clicks, you're just doing this for attention. Like, no. I think a lot of y'all's faves on here, especially when it comes to our space of black TikTok, they've gotten a little big-headed. They got their little podcast equipment. They have, even when they have a bad take, they have 500,000 of you running to the comments to defend them and tell them that we're just fucking haters and looking for clout. It's really hard to hold your faves accountable because y'all will sit there in the comments and bullshit for them. It's very weird. Y'all have a very weird parasocial relationship with a lot of these black content creators. And we need to call out the weird shit that we're seeing, because when I said when it comes to organizing, I need to know that you're not going to be a fucking op. So when Slim Kim came out there and said, I like being skinny, it's bothering me how many of you didn't pick up on that she's an agent of chaos and has always been on this fucking app when it started with the fucking topical shit. She's that same one that's trying to convince y'all that she still does not get fucking lip filler, that she's just a black woman full lips and we don't know what black woman full lips is. Like, bitch, it's filler. And we can tell because you have those lines. I know people like naturally have those small lines, but you can tell when someone has a lip flip line. The cosmetic girlies know. And it looks fucking horrible, allegedly, because I'm not going to put that on her. But she is a master manipulator. If you watch her content long enough, I unfollowed her. I couldn't watch her anymore because her takes give, I grew up in a PWI and I didn't deconstruct. I grew up in a PWI. I used to be insufferable like that. But then I had to get black friends and remember that I'm fucking black. And I know that black is not a monolith, but that type of black is a red flag. I can't root for everybody black because some black people on this app are the fucking op. Some of y'all are doing everything because you know you have a brand and you know you've gotten too many strikes or flags, whatever, for keeping it real. So now you have to be fucking neutral. You have to be obtuse. You have to be whatever. You have to try and use big words to make your point sound more believable. But it's still just bullshit. That shit that's coming out of your mouth is bullshit. It's fat phobia. That's what it is. It's fat phobia. There's nothing wrong with saying you love being skinny, but y'all didn't catch who the fuck it was. If it was anybody else, if it was anybody else, that take would have been genuine. But it was her.
Addressed this comment before, but I feel I might as well address it again. I am Nigerian, West African. This is one of our most prominent features. We are known for having fuller lips. So yeah, I just thought I would re-educate you and the rest of you that are in my Instagram DMs telling me about my lip filler. Yeah, it's not filler. These are mine. Thank you. Bye-bye. I am convinced that there are people who are committed to misconstruing your words. There are people who are committed to pulling out a knife, stabbing themselves, and then saying, look at what she did to me. Can you believe she did this to me? Even though you were just cutting up a cucumber salad. Had nothing to do with them. I am convinced that people think they are the center of your universe when they're not. They're not.
When I tell you the girls were not playing with Slim Kim to the point where they not only dogpiled on this woman, but they also reported the video that she made and got it taken down for hate speech and hateful behavior. Okay, this is how far the girls went to get her video removed because they were triggered that this woman got on social media on her platform and said her favorite thing about herself is being skinny. And somehow that offended a mass amount of women, specifically Black women, from what I have seen, took a lot of offense. Now, you had some women that were taking up for Slim Kim and saying, hey, y'all are projecting on her. Because someone having body positivity about their own body offends you, then you need to look at why you are offended, why you are triggered. This is where people don't want to do the shadow work. Like, social media is a place where you are going to get triggered, but it's no one's responsibility to fix your triggers. It is up to you to understand, why am I triggered? Maybe because, like one of the people said, you are feeling some type of way because it makes you feel low about yourself, because it's a reminder of how you feel about yourself. Because I'm not going to lie, when you look up body positivity, all you see are women who are on the thicker side. You don't really see body positivity in thinner or skinny women. And there's a difference between like slim, thick, skinnier women, women who are in shape. I'm talking about women who are genetically skinny. I don't see how her embracing her body is offensive. Now, a lot of people took that like, I don't like the tone. She's controversial. She's saying this to trigger us. Well, it worked because the girls are triggered. I mean, the video got taken down, but there's a bigger issue where a lot of women, where I was listening to these videos and how they were just so upset. And I was just like, what's really the problem here? Let's address it. Because in the Black community, being skinny is not praised. In the Black community and the BBL trends and the thick bodies and the big butts and wide hips are praised in the community. And now that the BBL trend is going out of style, the girls are taking out their BBLs. Skinny 90s beauty is back, where the girls are getting thin again. Ozempic is on the rise. So a lot of people are losing weight. Body positivity is no longer embracing being overweight or embracing not fitting the universal beauty standard anymore. Now people are going back and saying, no, that was a trend. Now this is not a trend anymore. And let's be honest, skinny is always going to be in. Okay, it's always going to be in. And when you talk about being skinny, people go to the extreme and start talking about anorexia and body dysmorphia. But there's also people with eating disorders who also overeat and overindulge. Okay, especially in the Black community. Like, if we really want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how many of my aunts have high blood pressure. My grandmother has high blood pressure. They have diabetes, and they are all on the bigger side. So that is something that I do have a healthy fear of, getting too big. And I think that it is a healthy fear, but when it becomes obsessive, that's when it becomes unhealthy. So eating disorders can go both ways, but I just don't like how this is specifically regarding the Black community, is that y'all know that thicker women have always been praised in our community as the ideal shape, somebody who's thicker and not skinny. But this woman, who is a Black woman, is saying, I like being skinny. I like being skinny. It's my favorite thing about myself. You don't know if this woman probably struggled with being skinny. Like, I know for me, when I was younger, I struggled with being skinny. I hated being skinny. I got made fun of for being skinny. Okay. People used to say, oh, twig legs. You could, hula hoop through a Cheerio. And, they call me a little stick and broomstick arms. Like, I was made fun of all the time for being skinny. Okay. Like, I'm talking about skinny. Okay. I was made fun of. And then it wasn't until I started filling out and getting older where it was like, oh, okay. You got a little something on you. Okay. Cool. And my weight has fluctuated. Like, y'all, I've had 2 kids. So with the first one, I snapped back easy. Okay. And then the second one, that's when the first time in my life where I actually gained an excessive amount of weight. And I'm not going to lie, I was treated differently. I was treated differently, especially being a content creator. I was made fun of. People call me fat. That was something that they could, try to, in an argument, they'll be like, oh, shut your fat ass up, and I noticed that they would weaponize my weight against me because the girls could never call me ugly. Okay, let's get that straight. The girls could never call me ugly, but I will never forget. I got in an argument when I was like overweight and I was told to shut my fat ass up. Like, I swear it was like a Tyler Perry movie. Or during Thanksgiving where your family is like, oh my God, you've gotten so big. And then when you're self-conscious about eating, like I would never forget, baby, my grandma was like, you're going to eat all that food? Knowing I eat the way I eat, I've always eaten that way, but she's only saying that because I gained weight. And she literally was like, I think you don't need to eat no more of that. You already big. And I'm just like, what the hell? So I know how it feels being on the bigger side, and my weight fluctuates as you get older. I understand our weight fluctuates, so have grace on yourself. But it is a healthy fear of like, yo, let me put down the alcohol. Let me put down the carbs. Let me go exercise. Let me take care of my body. Let me take care of myself. And I'm not going to lie. Some of this body positivity thing have become so toxic because you guys are so used to looking at a particular body shape as body positivity. And you don't want the girlies who are on the opposite end of you to embrace their body because it is universal beauty, which even though it may be universal beauty to other races, but specifically in the Black community, being skinny was never embraced. So I don't get what the backlash is. Honestly, it was just nothing but projection for these women. And I'm looking at the videos and it just looks like projection. Then I don't like how some of these girls started talking about her looks and her lips. And honestly, Slim Kim is giving luxurious lifestyle. That Black girl who, have the full lips, skinny, talk too white. I feel like there was a lot of biasness there where she was being made fun of for being too white or fitting into the quote unquote societal standards. And, a lot of women try to use politics and everything. And I just think it's just, like I said, it's projection and insecurity, and people need to get off of social media and go handle their real life problems instead of always giving their commentary on certain things out of projection. Because as of lately, anytime that I am triggered, I do not react. I sit and I think about it and I process my emotions and I realize how I feel, what made me feel that way, and how I should handle it. And if I'm feeling like I'm in my feelings, I'm not going to comment on it until I'm able to process what I am feeling thoroughly and how I should go about it. But baby, the girls are mad. The girls are so mad. Let me know your comments below if you are someone who struggle with weight, or if you are someone who agrees with Slim Kim, or you agree with the other women. Do you think this is a political thing? Do you think this is a superiority thing? What are your thoughts? And I will join you in the comment section below. Thank you for watching the video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.